back to a brand new video. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about the brand new series of Top Gear, guys, that actually in the UK, it came out last night, in case you didn't know. But I really wanted to compare it to, obviously, we've seen a lot of changes since last series, guys, and I really wanted to just compare the two, share my thoughts about which one I felt was better, because last time I made a video on this, well, it was my most disliked video to date, if I'm not mistaken, still. Which, you know, I kind of had a very unpopular opinion at that point. But, you know, if I have another really unpopular opinion, I'm not too worried about that. Make sure you guys as well leave your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. But let's just move on then, straight away into this, guys. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was just the sheer amount of awareness there was for this new series. Now, usually, I've been counting down the days for the start of a new Top Gear series or for the start of a new Grand Tour series or anything. Like, I was ready, waiting for them. And yesterday, I just had no idea that it was beginning. Like, I had an AOR race, for those of you that, you know, stick around this channel a lot. So I had no idea it was going on. Fortunately, I managed to catch up with it after the AOR race was over, guys. If you want to go check that out as well, cheeky plug there. Go find that on my channel from yesterday, guys. But, you know, there has just been no hype for this new series of Top Gear, and I was a bit surprised by that. Because having a look at the statistics, it showed that there was an average of 2.8 million viewers, which is a lot, let's be fair, still for any TV show. And I think it peaked at a 3.1 million, which I would guess would be right at the very start. So, you know, it was very, very interesting to see. The numbers, although obviously they're still declining slowly, it's good to see that they haven't dropped off as massively as I probably thought they would have. But let's move on then into the fundamentals of the show itself. And there's got a few little things that I wanted to talk about. And I think the first one should definitely be the fact that obviously Chris Evans has now left the show. And obviously it was his decision to leave. And I think realistically it was the right decision. Now I know obviously there was a lot of hate towards Chris Evans going into this series. You know, I think it was the right decision for him. And I think for Top Gear as well, it was kind of the right decision. And I think as well, going on about the presenters, it was really nice to see that there was a focus on a team of three. Unfortunately, obviously, they don't really have the same chemistry as obviously we saw from Jeremy, James and Richard in the old series. But, you know, I think Rory and Chris Harris really do have quite a good sort of like friendship, if you will. And Matt LeBlanc kind of fits with that as well, just where he's a good actor. But, you know, I don't think, obviously, we'll never see a trio like we saw back from the old three there, guys. But I really liked the fact we saw more of an emphasis from Chris and Rory, because, you know, those two really seem like the guys that know a lot about the cars in comparison to Matt LeBlanc and Chris Evans from last series, guys. So it was nice to know there was more of an emphasis on the drivers that knew about the cars. So hopefully, you know, that will continue throughout the series. It was also nice as well that we didn't have, say, 17 different presenters for it. Obviously, in last series we had about 7 different people that could potentially be, like, presenting the show and things, and that were like presenters for the show, or just people that were involved in the filming of the show as such, like being in front of the camera. So it was nice, you know, that we saw there was a lot less a lot less people, and it was a lot more focused in back on trying to make it into a trio. Now, one thing that I would like to say I was a bit of a less of a fan of was when they had the star and the reasonably priced, well, I say the star and the reasonably priced car, it's obviously not that anymore. I think really they should have kept it to the old way of almost like they had in the original Top Gear, where you didn't have someone on for 10-15 minutes whilst they watched a part of the show with you. You get them to do what they were intended to do, drive the car around the track and just have a general chit-chat with them as well, and just see how quickly they went around. But, you know, I think having all this emphasis on having them in for as long as they possibly can, kind of, you know, I don't think was really the right decision for the series. But I think having a new, much faster car was a good idea, and especially something like a GT86, I think it's really quite good to have, because it does test, obviously it tests a bit more of the skill of the driver rather than just the smoothness a lot more. And I think, you know, that's very, very interesting to see how quick drivers are. But I think, yeah, as I said, guys, it was also nice once as well to have the old, the old test track back as well. That was very, very nice for the series. Obviously, I think the rallycross car, you know, kind of just didn't really seem right for the show, so, you know, it was very interesting about that. But, you know, obviously we'll have to wait and see throughout the series, you know, whether it gets more interesting once again. But yeah, I think the new Top Gear, obviously, it's almost like a new Top Gear now we've seen. And I think they've definitely made improvements on it from the end of the last series there, guys. But will Top Gear ever be the same as it was? Obviously, I think we all know the answer to that. It's going to have to be a no. And, you know, obviously that's a bit of a shame. You know, a lot of people complain about this, but I think it's nice that we have 2 car shows on, because I really want to see Top Gear become a far more professional than it used to be with obviously Jeremy and things, because they're not going to be able to compete with that trio when it comes to sort of the comedy aspect of it. There's just, I don't even see the point in them trying to compete with the trio there. So hopefully, you know, we'll see them really try and be their own car show, be a bit more informative once again, but still, you know, have a little bit of jokes with it as well. I really did enjoy this first episode. There was quite a lot of interesting things, obviously. We saw the Ferrari FXXK, as well as, obviously, the high mileage challenge as well there, guys. But hopefully, you know, you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave your opinions from the new Top Gear down below, guys. Obviously, it's been very, very interesting to see them have almost another revamp for the series, guys. But don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new around here as well. I'm currently trying to close down on 800 subscribers, guys. So hopefully, you know, you can help me with that. But as I said, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.